Hey guys, welcome to Mr. G's room, and today I wanted to invite you into my kitchen because, to be honest, I am pretty hungry. Now, I know it's only like 9 in the morning, but I'm actually going to be making myself a chicken club sandwich. And the reason why I want to talk to you about a chicken club sandwich, right? Super riveting topic, I know. But what's really cool about these sandwiches is that they actually contain all three sources of energy that we get from our food. That would be carbs, fats, and proteins. Now, we all know that our food contains more than that, right? We know that, there's vitamins in our food, there's minerals in our food, there's water in our food, but those don't give us energy. And what's really neat is that these energy sources actually play different roles, so it is super important that you get all three energy sources throughout your day. Now, what I'm going to do is show you a couple of examples of each. I'm going to tell you what each food does, and then I'm going to put together a sandwich and kind of show you bit by bit just what's in my food. So, I hope you enjoy today's episode of Welcome to Mr. G's Room. Alright guys, so the first nutrient I want to talk about are carbs. We get those from things like bread and lettuce, right? It's all really great stuff. You can also find carbs in things like, tomatoes and avocados, right? Those are all called complex carbs. They're really, really great for giving us long-burning energy. Where you can also find carbs are in things like honey and candy. Also in things like fruit, right? They are also sources of carbs, but I want you to keep in mind here that they're known as simple carbohydrates. Now, simple carbohydrates are very different from our complex carbs, like what comes in our whole grain bread. Simple carbohydrates burn like that, and if you don't burn off that energy, right, your body starts to produce this thing called insulin. When insulin interacts with the sugars in your bloodstream, it actually turns into this energy source called glycogen. And glycogen is great for long burning energy. However, if we don't burn off that extra glycogen, what it does is it stores itself in our body as fat. So yeah, carbs are really great for energy, which I have a ton of right now. But if you don't burn that energy off, it actually stores itself in your body as fat. So just so you know, you want to look for grains, you want to look for vegetables, and even fruits are okay. But let's go ahead and avoid the simple carbohydrates and things like honey, sugar, candy, and all those great, wonderful, tasty things that we should really not be eating a ton of.
But I can't beat on the powerless when my cup's already overfilled.
Alright guys, the next nutrient I want to talk about are fats. Fats can be really, really great if you eat them in the right amount because they do really cool things like they protect nerve endings, they regulate body temperature, and if you didn't know this, almost half of your brain is made up of fat. It's so important that you get some of this into your diet, right? Let's talk about a couple of sources. Where can we find fat? Well, you can find fat in mayonnaise. You can find fat in your oils. You can find fat in a lot of peanut butter products. And even though I count this as a protein, see all this white stuff? Yeah, that is fat. And you need that in small amounts, right? Fats really should constitute the smallest portion of the three energy sources that you're consuming per day. But don't forget, they're really important. You need to have some fat in your diet, and it's also a really great energy source. So that's the skinny on fat.
I'm going hungry.
Alright guys, now we're going to talk about our last nutrient. It's called protein. Protein is super important to repair muscles, to repair damaged tissue, for our bodies to grow, for our bones, because really it's almost like a plastic, and it does a great job of molding itself and really keeping us bound together. So we need to have protein in our diet to make sure that we are able to grow up big and strong. First, number one source of protein, that's going to be animal meat, right? This is chicken, super lean, super high in protein, very great for the diet as long as you're preparing it in a healthy manner. I'm going to give another shout out to my friend Bacon here, right? This red stuff right here, that is animal meat, that is protein. That's going to help you grow big and strong. Also, we got plenty of plant sources. I like to rely heavily on peanuts, right? Any type of peanut, legume, anything like that is going to have some amount of protein in it. You can also lean on brown rice too. Let's not forget, soy milk is a huge, huge, huge source of protein. Super lean too, really low in fat. That's an excellent choice for those of you interested in getting proteins without going to animal products. And finally, you can always buy protein powders. These are all just multiple sources, a lot of different ways to get proteins. I just want to emphasize that it's important that you do get some if you want to grow up big and strong. You have both animal options and vegetable options. If you're going to go the vegetable route, let me give you just one little tip. Make sure that you're eating a lot of different sources of proteins because vegetables have what are called incomplete proteins. So if you do things like, oh, I don't know, like I'm going to eat red beans, I'm going to eat rice, and I'm going to eat peanuts, and I'm going to have, and I'm going to eat some whole grain bread, right? You eat all of those, you're actually getting complementary proteins that'll form something very similar to the proteins that we get in animal meat. So don't forget that you need proteins to grow big and strong. Alright guys, and that's all I got for today, really. I just wanted to talk to you about the 3 energy sources that food gives us. That'd be carbs, fats, and proteins. Alright, remember, carbs provide us with long-burning energy. Fats protect our nervous system and help regulate our body temperature. And proteins, they're really great for helping repairing damaged tissue and growing muscle. Right, we need all 3 of those in our diets. Don't forget, always reach for a couple of vegetables, a couple of meats, or vegetables that contain proteins, and a couple of fats, right? Let's go light on the fats, heavy on the carbs and proteins. And that's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson.